tonight are on the broad road that leads to destruction. And tonight, I would say with Moses, I would say with Joshua, turn, repent, choose God, serve Him, live for Him. That is the message of God tonight to this great audience of people at Yankee Stadium.
I see revival coming to planet Earth, maybe as never before. It will be untold numbers, an untold, uncounted multitudes that will be saved. The dead will be raised. The arthritic will be healed. Cancer will be healed. No disease will be able to stand before God's people, and that it would be a worldwide situation.
There's a church that doesn't just know about God, they know God. They don't just believe in His power, they carry His power. God will shake the United States of America one last time, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit.
If you are 18 to 35 years old and feel the call to full-time ministry, I've got exciting news. Revival Today Bible Institute this fall, September 2022. If you feel the call of God into full-time ministry, a strong biblical foundation is essential. However, education alone is insufficient. Sound biblical training coupled with the power of the Holy Spirit is the vital dynamic duo. God has called Jonathan and I to open up a training school that offers live, on-campus classes to equip the next generation in fulfilling the call of God in their lives. Revival Today Bible Institute's mission is to raise ministers of excellence who deliver the gospel of Jesus Christ in word and in power. Will you join us? Will you join us in seeing this generation transformed by the gospel of Jesus Christ? If you want more information or you want to apply, go to revivaltodaybibleinstitute.com. I love you. See you there.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome
morning. To Crypto Island. Welcome to Check the Market, Check the News. We got a new background. Have we used this one before?
I haven't seen this one. I like it.
It's really nice.
It's funky.
I like it. And it moves too.
Ever so slightly.
Look at that. Yeah. We got a new Crypto Island background. Palm trees, my favorite. How's everybody doing? Andrew from Korea, welcome. Leslie, Bethany.
Oh, yeah.
Forrest from Indianapolis. Ninja's in the house. Alice. Diane. D&T Investments from Portland, Oregon. All those emojis are also my favorite. Sunshine, palm trees. Jason, good morning. Sandra. Nancy. Welcome, everybody.
I actually do agree with Sandra. The less the background moves, the better. I like this movement.
Yeah?
The other ones, people are like,
too
it's making
fast.
me dizzy. It is kind of crazy to watch. We're out this way, but you know.
That's a good emoji too, Ninja.
Great emoji. I wouldn't mind being on an island desolate at this point.
Crypto Island.
Crypto
We need
island.
to do Check the Market Crypto Island live from an island.
From an island.
That would be pretty cool.
I like that. Like it a lot.
Happy Friday to you, Nancy. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on today.
Check it out. They are going too far. Norway has announced they will be tracking card payments and the food purchases of all citizens. In other words, the state will know what you ate for lunch. This is literally 1984. And I think this was a thread, but do we have the thread by chance? I don't know if I specified. Cool. The State Statistics Bureau of Norway will be gathering data on all card payments to track what people eat. We already have a digital ID. They want total control. So Peter Sweden released on Substack a very extensive article on this. Continue. Norway hasn't begun doing this, but the State Statistics Bureau wants to start tracking the food purchases of citizens. So unless people protest against it, it's likely going to happen. This is Orwellian. And for everyone asking for source, see my article above, which anybody here who wants to read more about that, there it is. Lots of governments have wanted to try doing this. So what they do is they just keep proposing these ideas. And then there's a ton of pushback. And then they recede for a time. All the hype in the media and then the general populace dies down, and then they generally sneak it in some like omnibus bill, or at some other time when people have gotten used to, like, it's ingrained in the psyche that it could happen. And then 2-3 years down the road, and potentially 1 year down the road, now with how everything's been expedited, then they bring it up again and push it through. So hasn't happened yet, but Norway is the newest. People. Jeez, you guys.
Logan, that's a good one. I like that. Logan's been chewing all his quarters for the last year. I heard a Bitcoin would be valuable. That's a great dad joke,
one.
and I will be using it. Morning, David.
Next. No one likes Boris Johnson, absolutely no one. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, arriving with his wife Carrie at St. Paul's Cathedral for the Platinum Thanksgiving service, is booed by some in the crowd. Go for it.
But the Queen welcomes them as someone they're part of her family.
The Prime Minister just arriving with his wife.
It's quite booing in the crowd there.
Well, and you can hear it. There is really quite a lot of booing, actually.
Wow.
A substantial amount.
Didn't see that coming. It's quite a moment.
So, like, the UK, I've never seen it where it's something focused on the Queen. Everybody usually puts aside, like, the politics and cheers for everybody showing up. But Boris shows up and everybody's, like, booing. It's kind of like cheering on the UK people. Just a little bit. Yes, that's his wife, Alice. Next. The BLM narrative has collapsed. New York City voters now believe that crime is a more urgent concern than racial inequality by a 12-1 margin. Let's see this. So you have Republicans, Dems, and Independents all reporting in, and crime is the highest issue for voters across the board. Interesting stuff. Next to homelessness and inflation, and affordable housing, and everything else that falls in line. Interesting. Next. All right, some news from Ontario, Canada. Ford's Progressive Conservatives break 80-seat mark. Horwath, which is the new Democratic Party leader of Canada in Ontario, has quit. Same with Del Duca, who was the leader of the Liberal Party, has also failed to win a seat and also quit. Ontario Liberals fall short of official party status for the second straight election. It's hard to find a more decisive victory than what Doug Ford has achieved tonight, which was last night. So in Canada, if you don't get a certain threshold of seats in the provincial legislature, then you don't have official party status. So both the NDP and the Liberals have failed. Conservatives won out yet again, which is a fake Conservative party, but
Still.
Progressive Conservative. Next. From Jim Hansen, apparently you never read the Constitution you swore to defend. Justice Scalia made it crystal clear in D.C. versus Heller. Short version, Second Amendment protects the individual right to own any weapon in common use and suitable for service in a militia, hence the AR-15. Stop embarrassing yourself. This is from Major General Paul Eaton. As the former commanding general of the Infantry Center at Fort Benning and chief of infantry, I know a bit about weapons. Let me state unequivocally, for all intents and purposes, the AR-15 and rifles like it are weapons of war. And he just goes on to basically advocate for the modification of the Second Amendment, and the fact that this was a general, major general, is deeply concerning. Next. From Catherine Long, I'm at Amazon's Seattle headquarters, where about 30 Amazon employees are staging a die-in during Amazon's Pride flag raising ceremony in protest of the company's continued sale of what they say are transphobic books. The two books that I could find that they were actually, we can look at the picture, that they were actually protesting were Abigail Schreier's book, as well as it's called Irreversible Damage, as well as Matt Walsh's children's book. So there you go.
So what is a die-in?
And die-in, people literally go in and pretend that they're dead, and they will either have pretend like
so it'll do nothing.
Yeah, basically. It's all stage. It's all for pictures.
Like a walkout, but fake die.
Yeah. So people sometimes, like, if they're protesting windmills, for example, because they kill bats and birds, they'll have fake dead bats and birds laying all over their bodies, and they'll just lay there in front of like a politician's office.
Doing nothing.
It's doing nothing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes, exactly.
Why not do like a hunger strike, or I thought a die-in would be like,
That's
we're gonna
too
stay
much.
outside this headquarters and not eat or drink until we're dead, basically.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But that's too radical nowadays.
Yeah, it is too radical.
It's too much personal sacrifice. Next.
Oh, Logan said, did y'all see that Ford was to go online sales for EV? How do you think that'll affect the stock? If they can cut the dealer network out, I mean, it might affect their stock positively, but I don't know how that's going to affect their relationship with their dealers.
Interesting.
Got that? So that could see some blowback there from the dealers. That's what I think about that.
Michael, nice to see the general take time off to get his nails done, to comment on something. You know what? I've seen so many. I have to just say, I've seen so many great memes of General Milley, who's currently, in office, because he's basically steering his whole side of the military in the very woke direction.
Yeah, I've seen some great commercials lately, though.
Yes.
Some better ones.
Oh, some better ones.
Yeah, some actual like
for the military.
Yeah, like they were like back when I was in high school.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're probably like, we need to get out.
we need to change some things. Next. Let's ban guns. Let's see. Midterms.
Ouch.
Gets the point across. Next. From President Biden, my plan to tackle inflation is simple. Let the Fed do its job, lower everyday costs for Americans, keep reducing the deficit. By taking these steps and with Congress taking action, we can build a sustained recovery that benefits all Americans.
Yes.
Very much so.
You are doing none of those things.
We're doing none of them. Complete opposite.
Just talking.
Just talking. Next. I thought it was good for a laugh. NASDAQ requires public companies report ESG data like board diversity metrics. Magically, NASDAQ will now make a ton of money advising companies on how to comply with mandatory ESG reporting. This is worse than a mafia protection racket. NASDAQ to acquire Metrio, a leader in ESG analytics and reporting services. We're pleased to announce that NASDAQ has entered into an agreement to acquire Metrio, a privately held Montreal-based provider of ESG analytics and reporting services. NASDAQ...
Yes. I'm not surprised they're
based in Canada, I know. NASDAQ plans to integrate Metrio into our existing suite of solutions for corporates that spans investor relations, governance, advisory, and ESG reporting. The transaction is expected to close by mid-June, and then they just go on to talk more and more and more.
Are you reading more like market stuff since you've been?
And honestly, I think I'm just seeing like more stuff integrate into like everything. I've been following ESGs for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, now it makes sense, and it's tying into Montreal. I'm keeping an eye on Montreal.
Won't be long now, and you'll be investing in Bitcoin and all sorts of stuff.
I don't know about that. I just want the big gold bars and all the silver coins. That's all I want. Next. The creepy porn lawyer is in prison, and Stormy Daniels owes Trump $300,000. How did that hoax work out for you? So Michael Avetti is off to prison for 4 years for defamation. And it was funny because all the mainstream media like propped him up as the guy who was going to like save America because he was outing certain people. Well, his sorry butt is in jail now, so. Next. Okay, this was interesting. The U.S. Embassy in Kuwait. All human beings should be treated with respect and dignity and should be able to live without fear no matter who they are or whom they love. That's from POTUS. Joe Biden is a champion for human rights of LGBTQI.
The U.S. Embassy in Kuwait tweeted this out?
Yes, and they have the flag up. You should. So I put this up here because I want, if people want a good laugh and to see where people really stand on this issue being pushed by the U.S. under this administration, go look at the comments. People are livid. People in the U.S. think it's a shame because the U.S. is not respecting the culture and the rule of law in Kuwait around this issue. But so too are the people of Kuwait who are expressing their full thoughts under this, some of which I didn't want to post here, but it was just very interesting because this has been going on for a very long time, where the U.S. so this started under Obama, where the pride flags would be raised outside of different embassies in places like Iran or Iraq or Middle Eastern countries, African nations, and people were just furious. And so, but the U.S. kept doing this under specific administrations.
Yeah.
Under Trump, they ended up rescinding that. You can't do that. That's disrespectful. And even under specific orders of U.S. law, you're not supposed to do that overseas.
Yeah.
So, it was just very interesting. And now different flags are being created with Ukraine colors integrated into them in order to try and bypass, we're now supporting Ukraine. It's not just the pride flag.
What did Kuwait do anything? Did the
Kuwait spoke out against it.
They did.
Which more governments seem to speak out against it happening at different embassies, but they say, oh, well, it's U.S. soil, so you can't do anything about it. It's very bizarre.
Wow.
Very bizarre. But this is where Justin Trudeau, Biden, Obama, the appreciation for for our countries depletes when our nations do this overseas. It's pretty crazy.
Wow. So according to Democrats, it's okay to do that. But it's not okay for Christian missionaries to go overseas.
Absolutely.
And push their views on the local population. But you can... Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm upset.
I know, it is upsetting. But the fact that governments are actually speaking out against it when it happens in their nations, that wasn't happening before.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see that.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
I agree, Christophorus. Montreal steak seasoning is good.
That's the one thing that's good about Montreal. And they're Jewish bagels. The Jewish bagels are great too.
All right, next. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Great memes coming out of this whole drama. Oh man.
That was a good one.
Next. 5 seconds. Look at that. We're 3 seconds early on the markets.
Johnny Depp got some investing money there.
He did.
Good chunk of it.
All right. While that refreshes, let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market. I don't know why it's slow. Bitcoin, 29,585. Ethereum, 1752. XRP, 39 cents. Cardano, 55 cents.
You'll get through it. It's okay. It's okay.
Dogecoin, under 8 cents, 0.0799. see what else. Avalanche, $22. Wow. And what else we got? Litecoin, $61. Stellar's up today, 3.17% to 14 cents per Stellar Lumen. Wow, they seem to be the only ones up here. Binance is up by a little bit. Oh, no, that's Binance USD, not the Binance coin. That one's down. Awesome. Let's take a look at the markets. And we're down. 287 on the Dow, NASDAQ 227, and 46 on the S&P. So NASDAQ 1.7%, Dow Jones 0.8%, and the S&P just over 1%. See where it ends up. Let's take a look at oil, back to $117. It surely likes that $117 there. So I guess Saudi Arabia, that chat yesterday did nothing. Looks like...
Did you expect it to do anything?
No, because they're making profit.
Yeah.
I think in Saudi Arabia, it's anything over $30 a barrel,
yeah,
they make profit.
Big time.
Yes. So whereas with fracking, it's... when I was working, it was $60 per barrel, $65, $70 per barrel is how much you would have to, is how much oil would have to be for fracking to be profitable.
Okay.
So it's very, Saudi Arabia is making a ton of money. And even if they increase their output, I mean, they would really have to turn on the faucet to bring the oil price down. But there is an article that I sent in today about oil. Let's see that one. The one about driving in the United States, how it's down. Gas prices, a troubling sign emerges on the health of consumers by Brian Sozi. Let's see it. Sticker price shock at gas pumps might finally be breaking the back of the U.S. consumer. New data shows current U.S. gasoline consumption levels are running 3% what than a year ago, and have been declining at a 3 to 5% clip in the past 7 weeks, according to researchers at DataTrek. DataTrek noted that these declines were not the case prior to April 22, suggesting that pain at the pump is affecting consumer behavior. Given that commuting is the single most common reason Americans drive, we would have thought gas consumption would still be showing positive comps to last year. Office occupancy was barely 20% at this point last year, and it's double than that now. Lower gasoline consumption is therefore a troubling sign about overall consumer spending patterns. Continue. There's the gasoline demand. There's 2020 to 2021 levels, and so we're running below that, 3 to 5% below those levels, even though commuters are up. Commuting is up. AAA data shows the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gas is $4.76 as of Friday, and above $5.07. I think that $5 is almost like a psychological barrier for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
And so I think it's causing a shift in the consumer demand. In those states, a lot of those states are ones where there's a lot of driving that takes place. So there's a larger population of people. So inflation hitting necessities such as food, fuel, and housing seems to be weighing on the minds of Americans. The University of Michigan's final consumer sentiment fell to 58.4 in May, down from 59.1 earlier in the month, making it the lowest level in more than 10 years. Continue. Consumer spending clocked in with a solid 0.9% increase in April, according to data from the Commerce Department, but the increase was fueled by consumers dipping into their savings. The savings rate fell to 4.4% in April from 5% the prior month. So the savings rates, which makes sense that savings rates would go down, because if you're spending more at the pump and you're spending more on food, that money comes out of your savings rate. Logan filled up with 93 for 475. I think I'm at 519 right now.
Yeah, I'm about at 5. Yeah.
Xenog is up to 0.32. You researched it at 13. I did see that. I think, is that the one that I'm thinking of? Hold on. Yes, Zion Oil and Gas. There's another one that I looked at a while back that was also a penny stock that I saw was up. Yeah, it seems like there's still, but I think that there are a lot more people on the road, but that's commuting. I think that people are doing less like leisure driving.
Yes.
Yep. Continue. We can go to the next one. Elon Musk feels super bad. Wow. About
Super
economy.
bad.
Needs to cut 10% of Tesla jobs. Tesla CEO, let's just see the article. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has a super bad feeling about the economy and needs to cut about 10% of jobs at the electric car maker. I'm pretty sure that his feelings weren't, what made him successful, so probably not listen to those. Cut about 10% of jobs at the electric car maker, he said in an email to executives seen by Reuters. The message sent on Thursday, entitled Pausing All Hiring Worldwide, came 2 days after the billionaire told staff to return to the workplace or leave, and adds to a growing chorus of warnings from business leaders about the risks of recession. Continue. Tesla employed almost 100,000 people at the company and its subsidiaries at the end of 21, according to its annual SEC filing. The company was not immediately available for comment. Tesla shares fell 3% in U.S. pre-market. They're down 6% now. And its Frankfurt-listed stock was down 3.6%. Musk has warned in recent weeks about the risk of recession, but his email ordering a hiring freeze and staff cuts was the most direct and high-profile message of its kind from the head of an automaker. So far, demand for Tesla cars and other electric vehicles has remained strong, and many of the traditional indicators of a downturn, including increasing dealer inventories and incentives in the United States, have not materialized. Continue. We can go to the next one. Easy way to billionaire. Sell a $1 billion product once. You can sell the Memphis Grizzlies, 0.5 Vince McMahon's Ashton Martin. My goodness. You guys. Entrepreneur.
Love
Continue. When you inverse the colors on your chart pack so you can remember what it's like to see green again. Yes. That's actually not a bad idea. Continue. Kanye West has entered the chat. The formerly vocal opponent has filed for 17 NFT trademark applications. I feel like peace can be restored in the entertainment world. Jen Sanasi says on the hash. Do we have it? Can we see it?
Two things. We're just going to go real entertainment corner here for a second. It was looking bleak for Kanye for a little bit. He was having the public outburst. He was on Kim and Pete's case. He's now gone off of social media. It feels like, things are getting better. He's finally embracing NFTs. I feel like peace can be restored in the entertainment world. I would love to see what would be an amazing first NFT for Kanye would be if he took that Instagram post that said something like, please don't effing ask me about NFTs, and made that an NFT. I think that would go for so much money and would be so fun and so yay.
And so yay.
I think it's interesting though, because Kanye has always been a trendsetter in the music industry.
Oh, totally.
And so if he's getting into NFTs, I think that it's going to be not very long that the majority of artists are going to follow in that, and whatever he does with it, whether or not trendsetter in life, I guess. Kanye he's been a trendsetter in a lot, fashion, in music, he really has. And so now that he's getting into NFTs, I wonder what he's going to do with it. Is he going to make his songs NFTs so you can buy the rights to song, things like that? Like, what is he going to do with it?
Right.
And then what are other artists going to do with it?
Right. Yeah, I was seeing a bunch of interviews come out and he was like blasting people. He's like, y'all are mocking me 4 years ago, 7 years ago for talking about his forward thinking. And I was like, yeah, it's true. But
Yeah,
now
who
now
knows?
he's
4 years from now, what the NFT market in the music world is going to look like.
Exactly.
So I think that's very interesting and definitely something to keep an eye on for NFTs, because if
Yep.
you can get in on the ground level, now, I don't know what it's going to look like, but if you can buy a song or if you can buy something for a cheaper price now than when it's mainstream 4 years from now, you're going to be making a lot of money. So it's interesting what he's doing with that. All right, next.
Are you venturing into the fashion industry, and is Kim going to be your muse?
Am I venturing into the fashion industry? Did you see this cup? Man, come on, man.
Kanye keeping it real. Next. Warner Brothers and Nifty's to launch Looney Tunes story bolstered by NFTs.
What?
On Thursday, Warner Brothers announced it was collaborating with the non-fungible token-focused social media platform Nifty, and at the end of June, the two firms will launch a story-driven NFT collection called Looney Tunes What's Up Block. The upcoming NFTs will tell a unique Looney Tunes storyline and will also celebrate the character Tweety's 80th anniversary. A unique Looney Tunes-based blockchain program will leverage non-fungible tokens to tell a story, according to the American film and entertainment company Warner Brothers and an NFT-centric social media firm Nifty's. Warner Brothers says that it's collaborating with Nifty's again in order to release an NFT compilation called Looney Tunes What's Up Block. According to the announcement, the NFTs will be used to create a fresh narrative for the Looney Tunes franchise via a storytelling experience. Continue. Looney Tunes is an animated short film. Yeah, we know what Looney Tunes is. Rewards and benefits will include special access to Looney Tunes merchandise, access to virtual meet and greets, alongside never-before-seen content and new NFT drops. Warner Brothers has been dropping a number of NFT projects in recent times, including Space Jam, Matrix-themed NFTs, and hybrid physical digital DC comic-themed NFT trading cards. The Looney Tunes What's Up Block NFTs will also celebrate Tweety's 80th anniversary, and the popular yellow canary will be the first character featured in the NFT collection. Interesting. In celebration of Tweety's 80th anniversary, the yellow canary will be featured first. It would be interesting to buy one of these NFTs, and then every time somebody gets a Tweety bird tattoo, they owe you money because you owe the right to it.
You just get somewhere no sun don't shine.
I wonder what this is going to look like in 20 years. If you think about it, trading cards, when trading cards first came out, those are generally some of the most valuable.
Yeah, it's true.
So what are these NFTs going to look like 20, 30, 40 years from now?
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Good point.
Today, as digital engagement and technology evolves, the Looney Tunes collection will further expand the reach of the franchise, bringing fans together from around the world, unique offering experiences, community building, storytelling, and a whole new way for them to engage. And what better way to kick things off with Tweety as his 80th birthday celebrations continue. According to Looney Tunes NFT Twitter account, the pre-sale begins June 20th, and the public sale will begin the following day. The NFT platform's Nifty features the drop on the web portal, which explains the snapshot will be taken on June 15th, and the reveal will take place on June 23rd. So there you have it. If you want to buy some NFTs of Looney Tunes, you can do so. Next.
Most people don't live their lives, they accept them. You have to live an intentional life. If I'm hit by a bus, I'll die knowing I've accomplished everything I want. But a bus won't kill me.
What a thought.
A cyanide pill will. If you want to be in control of your life, you have to be in control of your death. I carry this with me every day because I will go out on my terms. But today, it's not that day for me, pal. Anyway, back to scaling your dropshipping business, where I think things can really get into.
Business influencers and Instagram are just taking it to the next level to get views. If I get hit by a bus,
I won't. I won't die.
motivation. People are running on the treadmill listening to that. Yeah, if I get hit by a bus.
Cyanide pills. Google where to buy.
Next. Yesterday, do not buy CENX. Today, CENX is up 6%. Thank you, Jim Cramer.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cramer's lightning round. Century aluminum is not a buy. Got it.
Got it.
Next. And we're up 5.68% today.
Wow.
That was yesterday, not today. Thought it was interesting. Next. Charts suggest it's going to be a very nice summer. When I saw this, I got angry. Charts suggest it's not going to be a very nice summer for stocks, Jim Cramer says. It's going to be.
It's going to be. Thus the crying face. Pathological
looks
liar.
like we're going to have to wait till fall. Actually looking forward to fall now. My stocks go back up. Next. Venture capitalist Tim Draper explains why Bitcoin will soar past his $250,000 estimate. I always like it when somebody throws estimates like that out there. Venture capitalist Tim Draper has doubled down on his 250,000 Bitcoin price prediction in a recent interview with Scott Melker, aka the Wolf of All Streets. Wow. Draper was asked if he still believes the price of Bitcoin will reach 250,000 this year. Yeah, by the end of the year or early next year. Draper further explained why he believes the price of Bitcoin will surpass his prediction. One thing that will possibly likely happen, and I don't know exactly when, is that the women will start using Bitcoin. Yes, the women will start
The
using
women. The women.
Probably watch too much Mad Men. Let's next.
Sorry, it's so funny.
The venture capitalist noted that previously only 1 in 14 Bitcoin holders were women. Now it's something like 1 in 6, and I think eventually it'll be even. A survey in March by crypto financial services company BlockFi found that nearly 1 in 3 American women say they plan to purchase cryptocurrencies in 2022. Furthermore, 60% of that third indicated that they intend to do so in the next 3 months. Draper explained, women control about 80% of retail spending, and retailers haven't yet realized that they can save 2%, and they usually run on very thin margins so that they might be like double their profits. Wow. They can save 2% just by accepting Bitcoin instead of taking a bank-issued credit card, and that can change everything. That is true. Because of the fees. But a lot of those cryptocurrencies exchanges are also charging fees, and a lot of times they are higher than 2%. So I'm not quite sure what he's talking about there. Next. Draper opined all of a sudden all the women will have Bitcoin wallets and they will be buying things with Bitcoin, and you're going to see a Bitcoin price that will go right through my $250,000 estimate. So thoughts?
Thoughts as one of the women?
Yes.
I think he's on to something. From some of the women I've talked to, they're very interested in this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the. I've never heard a woman bring up the fact that you could actually save money on this. A lot of them are talking about, oh, well, regulation is potentially down the road, so I think that throws that right out the window.
Yeah.
If it becomes regulated. But I have seen a lot of women interested in this, so I think he's onto something. But I think for the utility portion of it, I think people have to. I think the market has to actually show people this is how you can utilize it, because most people don't understand how you can utilize it.
Yeah.
And like places that women shop at, they don't accept Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So unless corporations are going to step up and be like, hey, we're now going to offer this as an option, I don't think most people will even consider it.
I see. There's a crypto coin that was mentioned yesterday that I researched. It's called Crypterium. And it's actually like almost like a bank for cryptocurrencies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so they have a debit card that you can use, and when you swipe that debit card, it automatically takes Bitcoin or whatever you have in your bank out,
Right.
and changes it into fiat currency via this Crypterium cryptocurrency.
Cool.
Yes. Let's, I got one more stock that I researched. Let me go over that real quick, since we're out of time. Yesterday I was asked to take a look at Enbridge, the Canadian energy company that owns and operates pipelines, energy services, distribution, and storage of gas. Overall, the company has seen growth, but at this point, I would be careful to invest it is at a 52-week high. That's why I'm careful to invest. If you're looking to invest long-term in the company, they have an attractive dividend yield over 5%, but be aware that if energy goes back down, this company's stock will be affected. I'm a little wary of the price points and a lot of these energy companies are now trading at. So if you got in at a lower price and you've made profit, take some profit, let the rest ride or get out of it. That's just my view on it right now. I know that a lot of people have a different view on it and think that energy is going to keep pumping for a long time. But I am a little bit more conservative when it comes to that stuff, and I like to be the first one out. That way, even if I miss out another 10 or 20%, at least I'm not, losing money on the way down.
Yeah.
So yeah, Enbridge, if you're going to hold it long term, then yes, possibly for the dividend yield, you can buy in now, buy in at a lower price later, dollar cost average, whatever, but it is trading at a 52-week high. So I would just be wary of that. And then Crypterium, we already went over that. It's like a bank for cryptocurrencies that issues you a debit card so you can pay with your Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you have. And you can also invest in Crypterium, CRPT, so you can actually buy the coin that they use to transact between fiat currencies and Bitcoin and whatever else. All right, and if you'd like to invest in Revival today, we'll give you an opportunity to do that now. Hashtag donate on Facebook, RT to 50155, $RTGive, Venmo at RTGive, and then PayPal. Cryptocurrencies, since we were just talking about cryptocurrencies, there's cryptocurrencies right there. We accept them. We accept a lot of cryptocurrencies. So if there's any that you would like to donate that that are not listed on that list there, you can call our office, 412-446-2332. We also accept checks, P.O. Box Revival Day, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer. What are we doing today? Crypto Island, since it is Friday. If you haven't got your shirt, you should get it. Very comfortable. I like wearing it. My son likes making fun of me when I wear it because I have face tattoos, but I enjoy wearing it. We'll send that to you as a thank you for partnering with us today and for investing in Revival today. Make it out in Naples today. If you're anywhere in the southeast United States, head to Naples, Faith Church Naples with Evangelist Jonathan Shuttlesworth tonight at 7 p.m. And if you are anywhere in the Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, New York area, you can make it out to our 3 days of spiritual emphasis, June 3rd to the 5th, here at Revival Today Church in Coraopolis, Pennsylvania, tonight at 7 p.m. So make it out for that. And then tune back in for Revival Today Live today at 10 a.m. It was awesome hanging out with you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Make sure you share the broadcast. We're still trying to put Fox Business and CNBC out of business.
Someday. Soon.
Someday.
Near future. We'll get there.
All right. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. And we will see you all next week. Go out there and make some money today.
Money friends and the CTM crew. Yes. Crypto Island, yo boy. Crypto Island, yo boy. Crypto Island, yo boy. We are the B.O.D. Yeah. Crypto Island boy, yeah. Crypto Island boy, yeah. Shout out to P Money friends and the CTM crew. Gotta hear from the Island boys. Yeah. Big shout out to y'all, man. Check the market. All right.